Well, this has been a while. Yeah, been a while since I've actually given a bit of a thoughts on a trailer that just got dropped. But well, I did it with the first Super Mario, the original, the first Mario Bros. Movie from Illumination. So why not do it now with the first with talking about the trailer? I think yeah, I'm pretty sure I talked about the trailer when I first, well, at least one of the trailers when they first dropped. But it or maybe when the past announcement was. But I think it's best to talk about this. Well, the Super Mario Galaxy movie trailer was released today by Nintendo, and I wouldn't say it's as much of a. I'd say it's on the same level as the first tease trailer we got for the original film back in 2022. But expanded a lot. Like it's not just really, you know, it's sort of a mix of both what the first trailer and the second trailer were like, and I think they've done pretty well with what they had to show. Um, Obviously, this it does show this is a direct continuation of from the events of where the first film left off, with Bowser still being shrunk and trapped in Peach's castle. Though his cage has got a bit of a facelift. Yeah, yeah, and that's pretty funny. And it look as and well, obviously, we're gonna see the Mario and the gang go into space, and yeah, um, yeah, I'm pretty sure a lot of people weren't expecting them to do Super Mario Galaxy as the next movie. I'm sure a lot of people, myself included, were expecting them to do Super Mario World first, and then I think then probably do Sunshine, then Galaxy, then Odyssey, and in the midst do, the spin-offs like the Donkey Kong Country spin-off, Luigi's Mansion, you know, and I guess also maybe include the Mario Land as well, and I'm just sort of throwing out all possibilities, but if Galaxy was not what everyone was thinking would be next. I mean, even with the first film, it was hinted, I mean, it was pretty much confirmed that we would get the Galaxy stories soon, well, eventually, because there was Lumily, the Luma was one of the prisoners was a prisoner alongside Cranky Kong and Luigi. So I was always interested to see what they would, but I wasn't expecting this to be the next one. Um, but for what it is, being this is it will be the anniversary of the original 20th anniversary of the original Super Mario Galaxy. I guess it makes sense. I mean, I don't want to compare the two, but when I thought of jumping straight from say Sonic the Hedgehog 3 adapting Sonic Adventure 2 and bringing Shadow in, I wasn't expecting that to be the first immediate you know uh thing they do. I thought they after they did combine both 2 and 3, I thought they would have done CD first and introduced Amy and Metal before they did Shadow, but they obviously switched that around. Um, but going into this, I thought, but from what I can see of this trailer, it looks really good, and they are showing that they can do this right. They're including a lot of new elements. We're getting new things to show up. We're probably going to get some expansions on things that were seen in the first film, like the Desert Kingdom from Mario Odyssey. I think might play a bit more of a we'll see more of it. Um, but of course, we got the two new characters. We got the new characters coming into the films from the Mario universe, and as it stands, it's 2/3 confirmed. Though potentially a fourth if this Reddit post I saw is correct and legit. But let's start with the first one being Brie Larson as Rosalina. Now, look, I'm gonna be honest. Look, Brie Larson. Some of the stuff even though I will admit I don't enjoy everything. I mean, honestly, her performance as Captain Marvel will continue is one of those performances in the MCU that continues to get worse and worse the more I think back on it. And Honestly, I don't think she did herself any favors. I mean, okay, The Marvels wasn't a good movie in general, but I didn't really think it was that good. And even some of her others, and I mean, look, when she hits it out of the park, she's hit it out of the park. I mean, Scott Pilgrim versus the World and The Room. I still really enjoy them. Um, but when she's had her misses, yeah, she's also missed. But going into this as her as Rosalina. Now, look, I'm aware she is a huge Nintendo fan. I mean, she's done a lot of stuff, commercials and all that, and has gone on record how much she loves Mario and Zelda and being a Nintendo fan for so long. So it sort of makes her probably the second most qualified person to be well, celebrity to uh second most qualified celebrity to be in in the Mario movies behind Jack Black. Um, and I think, from what I've heard of her as Rosalina, she sounds exactly like Mercedes Rose and Laura Faye Smith have done with Rosalina. I mean, I know that there's yeah, and Kerry Kane. So she sounds exactly like the previous actresses who voiced Rosalina. So this could be a good performance, and I'm actually very optimistic about this. So it's worth seeing what they do with this, and I don't know where it will go. I mean, I doubt they do the Mario plus Rabbids Sparks of Hope storyline with her because, well, that was a crossover with the Raven Rabbids, and I doubt because there's a bit of stuff with Ubisoft to work in, so I doubt they do anything with that. But they could sort of reference it. I don't know, but it'll be interesting to see what the what her role is and what sort of threat Bowser Jr. has with her galaxy. Yeah, so let's go to Bowser Jr. Now, of all the characters who I thought would show up very soon, I pictured Bowser Jr. would have been one of the next ones, and I was right. I thought, especially with how Bowser got defeated in the events of the first time, I thought, okay, Bowser Jr. will definitely show up next. I think it makes sense. I mean, the Koopalings could, but I think it would be Bowser Jr. And yeah, we get him here, and he's got some of his gadgets from the Mario Galaxy games, well, his robots that he used to fight, and even here a reference. He's even got his abilities from Super Mario Brothers Wonder. I was not expecting that they would immediately do stuff with that, but I'm pretty impressed. I'm impressed they're going that far. I mean, it's more of a teaser of potentially what could come. So yeah, I'm really impressed. But he's being voiced by but let's talk about his choice of voice being Benny Safdie. Now I will admit I was quite surprised when he was announced to be his voice actor. I mean, um, not so surprised that Jack Black hijacks Chris Meledandri's talking about him and saying who's playing him himself. But in terms of what he's done, I mean, as a director, he's a good director. I mean, Uncut Gems is definitely the best Adam Sandler movie by far. Um, and I mean, and looking at his acting roles, I mean, I liked him in Oppenheimer. He was good in Happy Gilmore too, and I mean, along with doing the Mario Galaxy movie next year, he's also got Christopher Nolan's The Odyssey. So, good year for him. But yeah, like I think a lot of people, I think with Bowser Jr., I mean, I get what they may be trying to go with being a bit more of a preteen or pre-teenager or something like that, which isn't the worst idea, but I always pictured Bowser Jr. being very much like a 9 or 10 year old, and I think a lot of people were hoping that maybe they could get Tara Strong to voice him because there was always rumors that she auditioned for him in Super Mario Sunshine, but I guess not. So yeah, I'm very unsure of what to expect, but there could be, I guess, in some respects, his voice does sound a bit like Jack Black's performance as Bowser, so you never know. It just depends what happens. Now, I guess the next thing we should talk about is Yoshi. who wasn't featured in the trailer, but I've seen all those leaks of these cookies themed after Super Mario after the movie, and Yoshi's obviously one of them. And from what I've seen of his design, it looks pretty good. Honestly, I think it looks about the same as, say, some of the recent Yoshi games. When it comes to voices, now this is what I'm going to be honest. I hope they just stick with Kazumi Tataka's recordings of as Yoshi, because I really don't want a celebrity to play Yoshi. I mean, okay, maybe they could do, if they're going to have someone play Yoshi, just stick with a regular voice actor. I mean, I hear a lot of people say, "Oh, let's get Samuel L. Jackson to play him," and I'm like, "Oh God, come on, no, 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 just stick with Kazumi Tataka." Um, Although I will admit with Samuel L. Jackson, if Lubba shows up in the film, I would actually like him to play Lubba. That I would love. I think that he's. I think Samuel L. Jackson's a perfect choice for him to play Lubba, to play that character. Yeah, that'd be cool. Now, the only other character that I should talk about, and again, there's no confirmation that this is true, but it's been reported for a Reddit leak that Wario is supposed to be in this. And again, I I can see this being the case. Wario showing up. I mean, with no reference to the Donkey Kong characters. It's hinted that from what this Reddit post has said, it says that Wario's going to show up. The film will start. We will be back in Brooklyn at some point, and Wario is going to be there heckling the Mario and Luigi for their achievements. But from what I'm hearing of this leak, um, I really hope we see Wario, and then probably at the end, like as the mid credit or post credit scene, Waluigi shows up. Because when you look at who else is yet to show up in these films, I mean, Wario, Waluigi, Daisy are the next major characters that need to be introduced. And, I mean, I think Daisy's probably in line to probably get in um, as well. Um, and then I guess you can then you can look at, say, characters like Birdo and well, Toadette's another one. Yeah, forgot about her. And then expand the Donkey Kong universe with King K. Rool and all that. Um, yeah, so there's obviously rumors that Warrior's supposed to show up, and I think, like many people, I kind of really hope it is Danny DeVito to play him. I mean, I know there's talk of Pedro Pascal as a choice, but it'd be good for Danny DeVito. I love Danny DeVito. But yeah, we'll see what happens with that. But looking at the animation, it still looks great. I'm really impressed with what they could do with the music, and just basically see what they do with expanding these films and its universe. I mean, there's so much you can do with the Mario movies, and I and I want to, I think, and in terms of, and as I said before, when I did my review of the Super Mario Bros. Movie with my brother, I really do hope there is room for them to expand and maybe create a Nintendo Cinematic Universe. Um, you know, Whether or not this is going to reference, say, the upcoming live action Legend of Zelda movie, that I'm not too sure. But going into Galaxy, this is your chance to maybe try and include Metroid and Star Fox and F-Zero and, Pikmin further. Really do expand the possibilities of all these Nintendo universes being connected and see what you can do with it. I mean, there's a lot you can do. And potentially with Galaxy, there's a way to include one of those characters in there. Um, if I had to say one that was more likely to show up, I mean, Pikmin would make a lot of sense because of, well, I mean, deep cut a bit of a reference, but if you remember Mario Golf Toadstool Tour, you can hit hit your golf ball in some flower patches in at Peach's Castle, you Pikmin will fly out, and I would really like that to pay a bit of a reference. I don't know if Mario and Luigi or Peach crash and land in some flower beds and Pikmin fly. That'll be an amazing reference, and I'll cheer out big time. I love that. Um, and Star Fox will be it. I guess that's also a possibility. Metroid as well. Metroid will also make sense considering Samus did show up in Super Mario RPG, so it would. again be a bit of a reference, and I guess to a lesser extent, the gunship appears in one of the in Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze. A bit of a side shot, but I'm not too sure. And yeah, there's a lot you can really do, and looking forward to see what comes out. Obviously, there'll be more trailers, so we'll see if any further characters will be brought in. Like as I said, whether it is when we'll finally see them show off Yoshi, when we'll see whether Wario is indeed in this movie. Then if they are going to mention Daisy, Waluigi, and Toadette and Birdo, see what happens. So, but yeah, I thought the trailer looked really good. I'm excited to see what comes out, what we get in the future, and yeah, that's all I got to say. And I'll see if my next review or my next video, I should say. So in the meantime, House of Crafts Reviews is out, and I'll catch you next time. Ciao.